Well, hello, everyone, all incumbents of the TFGO League. It's that time of year. It's been a minute, but we are back. And what we have today is the special podcast edition of the mid-season Usie Awards. The acclaimed awards that everyone looks forward to every year. So we did a mid-season one. Accompanying me on this journey is none other than a couple of users in the league. Why don't y'all introduce yourselves?
I'm Nick, the Packers user.
KJ Costello, the Patriots user.
So that being said, for those of you who don't know what the Usies are, for all those new users out there, the Usies are kind of like our ESPYs or our just awards of the TFGO. We do a lot of varieties of divisions, our Golden Globes, our Emmys. And and then a jury of your peers decides it, votes on it, puts who they think wins it, and then a majority gets it. So with that being said, I think we should jump right into it. What do you think, boys?
Of course,
let's get
into it.
So we'll start with the bland ones first. Everyone kind of knows what this one's coming up with. Best User Award goes to, drumroll please, the Packers. Nick, you won the award for Best User. Why don't you give an acceptance speech?
First of all, I want to thank God He gave me the ability to be good at Madden. I also want to thank my fellow. That's gonna be it.
I'm weak.
Congrats to SG for being the runner-up. I voted for him. Yeah, that's gonna be it.
Well, very well said.
Nick, is there a reason you didn't vote AAC over SG, even though he's got 2 bowls?
No one did.
Yeah, why is maybe not just for you, but why didn't anybody vote for him?
Oh,
any guesses?
Why did you vote for him?
Me? I voted for you because you're the GOAT.
Okay.
Yeah, I voted for you too because you were the GOAT. But Longbaum and Nick went for the Chargers. But that's an interesting question, Wiggy. I have no idea. I guess we all just figured Nick was the best user.
It's like SG plays and he's really good at it, so he's being really successful. So I don't know.
For sure.
No, SG does strike me as kind of like the Georgia football of like the TFGO league. He does enough to win a lot of games, and usually gets to the big games. Just needs that national championship to kind of get it going. So I like SG as a runner-up.
I just like how he plays.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, very well said. Well, that's good. And obviously, God's biggest priority is making sure Nick is good at Madden. So that's always a good thing to point out. So, well, moving on. Best offensive user. And Wiggy, you brought him up, so why don't you talk about this award? The best offensive user going to the Niners, AAC.
Well, I think this is probably the right choice for best offensive user because it's kind of like pick your poison with him because like early on he was just known for his running, but like as the seasons have gone on, he's like
any
been pretty good
specific
with
runs
passing.
or just running in general, or
I mean, infamous for like the power football stretch stuff, but there's a couple other guys who are too. But yeah, like he even got rid of Garoppolo and Tate Martell's still balling out. So
Tate Martell having a spectacular year. That is a very good point.
Very balanced offense. It's not like you want him to run or you want him to pass. It's kind of annoying to play, I would guess.
No, and he's putting up historical numbers at this point. He leads the league with 40 points a game. Very tough offense to stop. So I think that was a no-brainer for most people. I know Nick is going to make his way into a lot of these, but
he's probably my biggest rival, and I struggle a lot to stop him.
Yep. So congrats to AAC on best offensive user in the league. Moving on. I guess we're going to make this one quick because everyone literally besides Jam, put Nick as the best passer. So, Nick, you won the best passer award. Anything to say about Spencer Rattler and that offense? You got it humming.
We're voting off this year only, so I don't know why I'm the best passer right now, since I've been struggling a lot with Rattler. But
Well,
I guess I'll take it.
I think it was combined with the years previous and this one. This one, you may not be having the best numbers statistically, but you're still putting up better numbers than probably 90% of the league. So maybe not to your standards, but still amazing.
I mean,
I voted for myself because I know I'm doing all right.
Yeah, Nick's got a new playbook too, and like he's still putting up like not great numbers, but what's your TD to interception ratio? 14-6.
Yeah,
that's still pretty solid, especially with a brand new playbook that you haven't been using since like the beginning.
Yes, people underestimate the playbook adjustment. It takes a little bit to adjust to a new playbook to see if you even like it or not.
Almost voted for Ayak because he's having a good year with Martell. 25
Martell
touchdowns.
again, having a spectacular season.
Yeah. Shout out to Grimy with 27 INTs.
I almost put him. You know, so I was looking at his stats, and then I remembered the interceptions. I was like, wow, Grimey's actually putting up like a ton of yards throwing.
They're having a Josh Allen year.
Yep. He's
even worse. He's about to pass Josh Allen for picks, and like we're almost halfway through the year.
Well, there's no award for interceptions, just best passer. So we're gonna keep it moving. So best runner. God, these are fucking redundant so far. Sorry, we're gonna get the boring ones out of the way first, and then we'll start getting to the good ones. Best runner goes to Ayak with Chris and the Redskins finishing runner-up. So,
let's talk about Chris.
I think Chris with Darius Geis is a fucking problem. I mean, I think that he definitely knows how to work that team as good as he can, and I think Darius Geis is emerging into a top 5 running back in this league.
Yeah, one thing with the Redskins is they probably, correct me if I'm wrong, but like it's not like the personnel the 49ers have is like MVP Tevin Coleman. Like I don't think Darius Geis is like a top 5 like back in terms of like attributes and stuff.
No, he's not at all.
82 overall.
Yeah, I mean like
he plays higher than his overall.
And when Chris had Miles Sanders, he has the rushing record right now for when the league started with like 1,900, which hasn't been eclipsed. So I didn't vote for him, but I could see why he's definitely got some votes there.
No, he definitely likes to pound that rock.
Yeah. And he has a running back to do it.
And he has the running back to do it. That's a great point. So that goes, best runner goes to the Niners, though. So
we're talking about
with Matt Breida and Tevin Coleman, they're fast. So that really does just, behind that offensive line, it's a pain in the ass.
Coleman is just the GOAT running back in TFGO.
Yep. At TFGO, that's correct. So, congrats to Ayak on best runner. Moving on. Oh, well, this is a fun one. Look at this. So, best defensive user goes to a tie with the Colts, myself, and then my comrade, the Patriots, Hellwigy. Wiggy, congrats to both of us. I'm very excited for this. I guess I'll let you start. I mean, this is a great award to have. I think we both take a lot of pride in our defense. So I thank the jury for picking us.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of like not really expecting this because my defense has been like pretty sus this year, and like I've always considered myself like just like a offensive user too, because I kind of think like defense is more like personnel. But I mean, I'll take it.
Like all of your games are low-scoring games, though.
Yeah, that's true. But I think that's a product of my Hall of Fame quarterback taking up a lot of time of possession.
Okay.
Well, unfortunately, this isn't a best KJ Costello user. It's best defensive user, so he's no reason to make it into this. But again, I think that, as many of you know, I'm not, let's say, I try to manufacture some offense. It doesn't happen often. And so I try to play everything into my defense. And I do take a lot of pride in my defense. And defense is the only way that I can be competitive in these games. If it was on my offense, we'd have some issues. So I take a lot of pride in this award, and I appreciate y'all voting me best defensive user. So thank y'all.
Same.
Was there?
For the runner-up with SG, I'd honestly put him over myself. But that's just
I mean, SG just is always in that run, so he's
known.
Be a part of that.
He's known for his defense, so no surprise.
Okay. So with that being said, we're going to keep it going. On to the best pass defense, and this is me, the Colts user.
Congrats.
Yes. Again, I mean, I kind of put a personnel together this year that kind of plays the pass more than the run. And as Jam Wives joined the podcast, a special guest appearance by Jam. No, by all means, she can join the pod if she wants. Well then. Anyways, where were we? Yeah, so best pass defense. Yeah, I have J.J. Watt. I try to build as good of a secondary as possible. Blase. Keeping it moving. Best run defense goes to a tie with the Packers and Redskins. I almost want to give this award to Kenny Clark. Is that fair?
Like SG said earlier, like it's more about personnel than anything else. Like Kenny Clark just destroys everything.
I think run defense is like something that's like pretty underrated in these leagues compared to like real life. Like you can literally win games just running the ball here, and it's important to stop it. And even though Nick's got the boys, he's still always at least like top 3 every single year in rush defense. The consistency is why I also voted for him. It's just not this like 1 year where he's loaded personnel. Like every single year, he's like top 3.
No, yeah, I agree with that sentiment. I believe that's why I put the Redskins as well. I think it does. I think as easy as it does seem like some of these users make run defense look, and it does have to do a lot with your DTs, especially when stopping dive and all that jazz. I take a lot of pride in whenever I see users fill the hole or fill the gap, or when they're one-on-one with a guard or a tackle, how they're just able to make that play and stuff it. Because if they get past that second level, it's all day for the running back. It's all green. So, I mean, I think Nick and Chris do that exceptionally well, and that's why I guess they are tied for this.
Yeah. It's about knowing what's coming, and more often than not, I know what's coming. So,
situational ball.
Yep.
One thing I want to do comment is shout out whoever had me as the runner-up, because I consider myself like the worst run defense in the league. So.
Or pass defense. I don't know why I'm there, but yeah.
That was Long Bomb.
Yeah, shout out Long Bomb then.
I put Cam as the best pass defense. I fucking played him, and he fucking I love how he disguises coverages.
Oh, for sure, on the zone blitz scheme and all that.
Yeah.
Under the big dime.
Jam disguise coverage is better than anyone in the league. So those are the defensive awards. And this is one, before we start getting into the fun stuff and maybe start some controversy, the last one is the most realistic. And this came down to a couple of different people. We got a wide variety of votes on this one. Someone even put Goose. But we are declaring the winner as Jam of the Browns. The Browns won this award. I think, needless to say, I played Jam yesterday, and I think he exhibits this to the highest degree. So congrats to Jam.
I completely agree.
Yeah. I wish he was on to say something, but I don't think he wants to. So we're just not going to let him have it.
I am the runner-up. I'll take pride in that.
Thanks.
So moving on. Longball put Goose. Goose is a realistic user. Cheesiest. Now we're gonna get to the fun stuff. So remember, this is not necessarily our opinions. These were voted on by a bunch of people, and the top vote received it. And so barely etching out the Bills by one vote was the Rams. The Rams winning cheesiest user this year. I can only imagine the people that voted for this probably took the 24 picks into account. I mean, which one of y'all? Did any of y'all put the Rams or?
Did not.
No. Yeah, so the Rams won this. Do we have any reasons why the Ram would have won cheesiest user? I think it's the picks with Jake Fromm, but that's just, and then Josh Jones.
I think it could be the personnel too. He runs out on offense, 94 speed. Travis Edney, he used to have Brandon Cooks. He has people like Mawson with CeeDee Lamb. He likes running like 3 tight end stretch, I think. But
yeah, I'm getting some intel from the booth, and it seems like the Rams apparently runs a lot of stretch.
Yeah, 3 tight end stretch. That's definitely him. Then the RPO slant stretch play.
Oh yeah,
I think he likes running.
I did see him. I will say this: that it's not. It wasn't against the rules, but I was watching the game against Jam, and that peeled off the other man with that one interception. I didn't know that wasn't a rule, but apparently you can do that. So I learned that during that game. But at first I thought, I was like, "What the fuck?"
One thing I want to comment is I don't think he meant to do that. I think because I do this sometimes too. Like I'm literally holding ball hawk while I'm running, so the second it's thrown, the dude makes a play.
Yeah, I think that's what a lot of people get confused. That's a good point, because I think a lot of people get confused with that when they think that people broke strafe, but in actuality, you're just pressing Y, and then the animation is like taking you that way.
Probably would have voted for Grimy last Madden, but I don't know about this year.
No, I put no comment this year.
So.
Somebody put Josh.
Josh isn't in the league.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't think it's as bad as it has been in past. I think we have the league pretty under wraps when it comes to cheese. There's some stuff
I agree.
There's some meta stuff that people do, but like that's like, I mean, you can't really do. I mean, there's meta stuff in real life technically, if you think about it. So it's like it's a copycat league. What are you gonna do? So. I guess congrats or not congrats to the Rams.
Yeah, definitely not.
Now we're getting to a good one, and unfortunately, I had a feeling this is the way he's going to go. Most overrated user, it's none other than the commissioner of the league, Marcus. The Chiefs have won most overrated user. Marcus, I did not put you for most overrated, so please don't kill me. But everyone else did, so... The Chiefs won most overrated user. What are y'all's thoughts? Y'all put Marcus?
It was between him and Crazy War Eagle for me. Me since like day one, so I figured I'd put him there. So
yeah, for me it's him having just not even like a good offense with Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill and Mecole Hardman. Like you got to be like
the offense is underwhelming. I will give you that.
And DeAndre Swift.
He's getting like sacked
and Travis Kelce.
He's sacked like 40 times. He like wins games 13-10. Like, come on, it's Patrick Mahomes, man.
No, we would like to see some more offense.
I think a lot of it comes from him like paying attention to his stream too much and like calling coach suggestions. That's the last thing I'll say.
What was I about to say? He gets distracted by his stream though, so.
Yeah, I've watched a couple of his streams. He is multitasking, but he's got a lot of adoring fans, so he's got to keep them happy.
How about you? You voted for Dolphins.
I put Dolphins. Yeah, I put overrated. Surely because this is why I put it. And Dolphins users, this is just my opinion. I think he's a good user, but I think he is a bit overhyped. I think he's one of those people where it's like he can beat the teams that he should beat, but when it comes to like what's his quality win? Like what's the Dolphins like welcome to this league win? Like what is it? Like I think when he comes up against real teams, I know he beat Wiggy last year at one time. Yeah, but then he got skunked 22-2 this year.
Yeah, he's beaten me once the last 2 years. We've split. Not counting this year because it's not over yet, but
right. No, I just think the Dolphins, I like to see some more big wins from the Dolphins. That's the only reason I put him there. I think he's a good user, but I think he's always going to be stuck just outside that top 10 until he starts getting some big wins against big boys.
Yeah.
Gonna be so mad about it.
And then Longbomb put the Texans.
I actually think he's more on the. I mean, people don't like his playing style, but I think he's more like average to underrated, like being rated.
Yeah.
I put him and Crazy Wario in like the same like camp.
About him for underrated, because I feel like people forgot about him.
He's still.
But he's still really.
He's still good.
Yeah.
I don't think he's overrated.
No, I don't think he's overrated either. So Marcus wins that one. I know he's not underrated. I know he's not overrated because I play him twice a fucking year.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna move on to most underrated, and this got a bevy of votes, a bunch of different votes. So it's a 3-way tie for the Jaguars, the Saints, and the Broncos. So I guess y'all should talk about who y'all voted for and why y'all voted for.
Well, I voted for the Saints. I think he's super underrated.
I agree.
I know he hasn't been around a lot, so he's taken a lot of losses. But when he's on, he's on. Like, he's really good.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, I mean, Nick, we both lost to him, and so like I said, like this guy, this is the same thing. This goes back to the what I was saying about the Dolphins. The Saints has those like quality wins where I'm like, but some games it's like you're kind of scratching your head. You're like, what the fuck is this guy doing? And then you watch other games and you're like, oh my gosh, this guy's like a top 5 user fucking league. So people keep
saying the NFC South sucks, but like you still have that guy, the Saints guy, and Tybury. So it's not that bad.
No, the NFC South does get a bad rap. I know we made fun of it because of last year. There was a down year, but no, I don't think it's.
He's going to be a 10-win team this year, so.
100%.
It's still the worst, but it's not a meme this year.
I didn't vote for them.
I put Goose because I think Goose. Again, I know his record. It's hard to explain this, and I said this before when the whole playoff Goose narrative started. Where it's like, this fucking guy, I swear to God, I was watching his game against Wiggy, and I was like, how does Goose lose these games? Like, he is close with pretty much everyone he plays. Good users, SG, Marcus, Wiggy, like good quality users. These games are close. He had the Dolphins dead. We consider a Dolphin a top 15 user in this league. And then he just blows it every time. And I'm like, if he could just figure out how to close games, Goose would be, I don't want to say top 10 user in this league, but he'd be at least top 13, 15 user in this league. Like, Goose is a good user, in my opinion.
Yeah.
One thing I do want to comment, no offense, is making adjustments goes a long way. So if he learns how to just make a couple of little adjustments, it could help him more than he realizes.
He doesn't want your advice, Wiki.
I didn't say listen to my advice. I'm just saying, like, I don't know.
I know. I do think I know. I mean, obviously, using the D lineman, it does.
You can still make adjustments without using a linebacker.
Oh, you're saying he just calls like stock plays.
Yeah, like
like
shade one way. I don't know.
Shout out to Jordan as a running rep. I feel like people think he's a part of the laughing stock of the league. But
he's definitely improved.
Every time he plays a good user.
I think he just got fucked by a really good division. I think the Giants is a good user. I think it's just that division is just brutal.
Yeah.
And he's a realistic user. That's one thing I appreciate too.
Yeah.
He plays very good. He plays very so.
Yeah, my vote for most underrated was Raiders because he plays SG and Marcus every year, and he's got a pretty trash team with Jameis Winston, and he's like 500 right now. He's decently in there with a bad team, so I'm just gonna give it to him.
100%. And then this was a 3-way tie. I guess we should talk about the Jaguars while we're at it. The Jaguars is a good user, so it's a good addition to the league.
I don't even think he's
kind of starting. Yeah, we kind of started to talk about him a little more.
Like the power rankings, like in the first couple of weeks, we put him top 10, like number 9.
Yeah, we'll get to him later on in the awards because he does win. He wins award basically unanimous later on. So those are your most underrated players. Congrats to those users. And now we head on to most improved, and this was won by none other than Playoff Goose. Goose are taking this award. I think Goose is very much improved. I think his record doesn't show it, but I think his play has gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
I voted for Giants because, like in the beginning of this league, he was struggling to make a couple of wins, and now he's like basically competing with everybody. He's close. I played him a couple of weeks ago, and he fought nice. And
he just had a quality win against the Dolphins. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Did you guys see the ending of that game?
I think it was clipped. I remember it, but I don't remember exactly what it was.
Dolphins down 4, threw a Hail Mary and got a PI to the 1-yard line. And then he failed to get in on the next play.
Oh my gosh. What a stand. That's fucking... If I was the Giants user, I would literally be like fist pumping and like jumping in my apartment if I made that stop. That's fucking insane.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That would be like game of the year type of stuff.
Had a similar ending against Chris in year 1.
Oh, I do remember that. The bunch wheel touchdown, and then you stopped on the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, nice. That was bullshit. 50-yard game.
I think also just needs to be mentioned here is the Vikings on this list. The Vikings having a better year this year with Jimmy G, so congrats to them.
Don't leave, John.
He's fucking. I think he's gone.
he's a thing user.
Yeah.
To me, he's really good.
Yep. Moving on to the next award.
It was unanimous.
Biggest disappointment. This was one of our only unanimous. I think our only unanimous award. Voted on. Everyone put the Bills, and I think it goes without saying. I don't know what the fuck happened.
When you got an 87 overall team, you can be 0-6. It's just that simple.
0-7.
0-7, yeah. With the MVP Josh Allen. That can happen.
I do feel bad for looking because I feel like he does get a bad rap for that whole Josh Allen debacle.
Yeah.
But
whatever.
I said going into the season that he had a top 5 roster in the league. I had him as a sleeper candidate this year, and no one falls off the wagon like the Buffalo Bills.
I'm surprised his defense has fallen off so much. Like his style in the past was like having a good linebacking core and taking away everything in the middle, and he has like the worst defense this year somehow. It's crazy because he gets quick pressures.
Yeah, he does. He does have a very do you think it's the offense not being as efficient last year that's putting more pressure on his defense now, or what do you think it could be? Maybe he just has unfavorable game scripts now.
His offense struggles definitely.
Turnovers in the secondary probably. I mean, I had like a better time passing out on him this year than I did last year.
Yeah. It just goes to show you the fickle nature of this league. I mean, every game really, there's no such thing as a free win anymore, boys. Everyone can lose at any time. It can happen.
His top running back has 188 yards in 7 games.
Ooh. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Nah. Doesn't help.
Well, that might have something to do with it. Yeah, so very disappointing. Excuse me. Very disappointing for the Bills. We had higher expectations. Unfortunately, the season not going as planned. Get a top draft pick and just come back next year, I guess. Next is another unanimous award. Biggest trash talker in the league. I think this goes without saying. I think everyone knows what this is. It's Toxicity 2020 himself, Chris. Chris winning trash talker. He probably learned it on the field, in the plains of it's Kent State, right?
Yeah.
Watch State, one of it.
The Flashes.
Yeah. Watch his stream and you'll know. Since he has a mic, he's just trash talking all over the place. Yeah.
I gotta listen to it. I bet that's an entertaining stream.
Oh, it is.
Well, I like it. Every league needs this guy. Like, because everyone in this league, this is why I appreciate Chris, is that everyone in this league wants to be like, hey, man, like, great game. Oh, man, your defense played well. And Chris is like, you see me smack the shit out that bitch? That motherfucker couldn't do shit. I'm like, yes, dude, that's what we want. Bring the toxicity. None of this fucking humble shit. That's what I love about this league, man. So, I appreciate it, Chris.
I couldn't think of anybody else for this award, really. There's not a lot of talkers.
Oh, that reminds me.
Maybe moves, but like, I don't know.
I'm changing my vote for best rivalry now because that reminded me. So, congrats to Chris on that. And now we're gonna head on to. We're almost done with these guys, sorta. We have like 10 left, so bear with us. A lot of awards, and if you have, also, I'll take this time to thank our sponsor. No, but I'll take this time to say if you have any new awards, anything like that, or any ideas for new awards, please let us know. We'll put it into the NFL Insiders, and then we'll take the best ones and we'll vote on it and see which ones we can add because I think these are fun.
We'll also sponsor someone for pay. I mean, you know.
No, yes, Wiggy will do anything for the right price. Just throwing that out there to the entire league.
Sus.
All right, so next we're going to move on to Best GM. I think this one goes without saying is the Bears. The way he's managed to assemble this roster, I thought was very impressive. The defense, I thought, was kind of cut and dry. You signed a bunch of free agents in key spots, and you maintain what you had. But I thought what he did on offense with trading for Tua and then drafting Colin Johnson, who seems to be the meta, I think he did a fantastic job building this roster. I'd like to see him start having some big-time success and maybe hitting some playoffs this year. So congrats to the Bears on winning Best GM.
I still don't know how he found a way to add Von Miller.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
like,
so this is... Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
Just don't know where you found that money.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say. That's kind of what I was about to say. So I'm having a hard time because I was thinking when we started Madden 20, the Bears didn't have a lot of cap to begin with. He still has Khalil Mack. He now has Tua that he traded for, who I don't think is still on a rookie deal.
I think he is.
Is he?
Is he? I don't know.
Well, anyways, he still has that entire defense and then somehow managed to find cap to sign Von Miller and just gave Roquan the bag, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know how the fuck he's coming up with all this money. This is crazy, but
next year's Tua's fifth-year option.
Yeah,
because
Tua is making $3 million.
Yeah,
God Almighty, that move for Tua, was, I think it was good for both teams because the Dolphins got Trevor Lawrence, and then I think Will saw an opportunity. I think that's why I put him at Best GM. He saw an opportunity to make a move and go get his franchise quarterback. I thought he did great. So. Congrats to the Bears. Did y'all vote on the Bears, or who'd y'all vote on?
I
voted for me.
I voted
you
for
voted for you. Well, yeah, Nick, you were an easy runner-up. The way you built that defense with Isaiah Simmons stuff, but we can't put you for every fucking award. So I just fucking had to put. But no, Nick. I mean, yeah, your defense. I mean, the way you built your roster with Henry Ruggs and all that stuff, it's a no-brainer. And Spencer Rattler, I mean, obviously.
I just waited for those guys. Like, it just fell to me.
Dude, sometimes you'd rather be lucky than good. Luck is when opportunity meets preparation.
I voted for Lickety because of all the cap relief he gets from like signing these one-year rental deals. Creates a lot of cap because people sign somewhere else and stuff.
That's a great point, Wiggy.
He's a good one
thing. That's why Wiggy's got the inside knowledge on that shit. Very well thought out. That's a great point.
If I had to add a fourth one, I would go with Jam, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, great point.
Too. He's a great GM.
Yeah. There is almost a beauty in, and I love football and just the whole team building aspect of it and the cap and all that stuff. So there is almost a beauty to me whenever you see teams and you're like, well, why is he trading for Terrell Edmonds? Well, why is he trading for guy, and then you see it all come together in this beautiful form of just like the perfect scheme that fits his system, and it's just almost beautiful to watch. And I think it's paying dividends this year because he's freaking 7-1. So just beautiful to watch. God, I love fucking football. All right, here we go. And now, unfortunately, we talked about painting a picture, and now we're gonna paint. We're gonna paint the wall with puke. Worst GM. This was a 3-way tie. I actually disagree with one of these winners, but I'll get to that later. The 3-way tie for worst GM is the Falcons, the Titans, and the Buccaneers. So
well, let's just remove the Titans from here because he just joined the
one
league.
day.
Well,
Yeah.
no, well,
Let's
okay,
talk about
yeah.
Bucks and the Falcons.
No, obviously, Sinatra or whatever the new guy named. Obviously, you inherited an absolute graveyard. The guy before you, a complete idiot, shitty at being human, and just a complete douchebag. He just joined during the offseason, burned down the roster, and then fucking left. The Falcons, I think everyone was a little bit questionable during his draft. I think that's why a lot of people put him. I put the Titans. Yeah. But I don't understand why the Bucks are on here. I thought the Bucks have a pretty good roster, so I don't know why he's on worst GM. Wiggy, you want to maybe?
Maybe. I don't think he does he even draft? I mean, that could be the thing, but not everyone drafts, so I don't get why he would be up there. No. I picked the Falcons because I don't really see the plan.
No, he's gonna give me great comp relief. He's gonna give me great comp relief. He has Devin White and Darius Leonard, and I think he's built a pretty good roster. I think he loves the free. I think that's a great point you bring up. I think he loves the free agency over the draft, though.
Falcons traded up, and he traded a future first for a center. So that was it for me.
And he's 0-5, 0-6 right now, so that could be a top. Moose could get the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah.
Wiggy. Oh, wait, hang on, not Wiggy. Nick. What about the Falcons? Oh, when he traded up to get the center.
Yeah, the center. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was a head scratcher in the draft. That was I saw what he was going for. It's one of those things where he was drafting for a need. I just don't know if that was it, but I think
he didn't have a first in that draft either, so he traded into the first. It's not like he traded up. So
he also drafted a 58 overall quarterback in the mid rounds.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. I think here's the thing I give the Falcons credit for is that he's gonna go and get his players, which is I guess that's what everyone's trying to do in the draft. So I mean, if he wants his player, I mean he's gonna go get them. So I'll commend him for that.
He drafted the 58 overall quarterback at the top of the third. 7 in the third round, and he's 58. So that's rough.
Yeah. I think the draft is why a lot of people put him on this one, unfortunately.
He just had a bad draft.
Yeah. But what is he gonna do with Julio? That may
he's
maybe
extended,
send him to the
isn't
Colts. Do what?
Isn't Julio extended for a couple of years?
Did he just extend them? I didn't keep up with the contracts. I was trying to see how the fuck I'm gonna pay Shaquille Coleman. Here's a hint. I might not.
I think signed him.
Yeah, I think he's under contract.
Yeah, he signed
2 years.
For life, I think, when he signed him.
Well, that's good. At least Julio's going to retire a Falcon. I mean, if you're gonna pick the Falcons, I mean, you pretty much are picking them for Julio, so you don't want to go. I understand that.
He's gonna make 21 mil at 37 years old.
Hey man, it's tough times. Get your fucking money. God almighty, Julio, get the fucking bag. Oh fuck, I love it. All right, so we're gonna get on best rivalry. Now, this one we had a plethora of answers. Excuse me, we had a plethora of answers on this one, but the resounding winner, of course, the Chargers and the Chiefs. Marcus is an SG, a tale as old as time. I think this is just such a great rivalry. I think it really adds to that compelling AFC West. And I mean, what more do you want? 2 league office members, 2 buddies just going at it. Always a compelling game. Marcus usually just gets pissed, and SG just usually fucking. I guess SG usually gets the better of him, but I think it's always a great game, though. I think it's always a great game.
One thing I do want to comment on is he's only won one time in like 4.5 seasons now, so like that's why I didn't vote for it as the best rivalry.
But
he's
the
only
thing
won
about
one time, Marcus.
1-8 against SG in the regular season.
Isn't it like 1-7-1 or something like that? They
Yeah,
tied.
yeah. Oh yeah, that game.
Oh, the tie. Did I forgot? But here's the thing, and that's why I think this won best rivalry. It's like what you said it yourself. It's the tie. It's that weird game. It's the back and forth. It's the storyline going into this game. When these two guys play, you can't tell me that you don't watch. It's just one of those games like you want to tune in for it. So that's why I like it at least.
They paused for 30 minutes and they went. Yeah, they went at it.
That was so funny. Yeah.
I think it was their first game in Madden 20.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a good start.
Great start to the league.
I voted Packers-Niners though, just because it's actually
Packers-Niners,
two top teams playing instead of just like one team getting killed every time.
We always play in the NFC Championship, so yeah, we voted for ourselves.
So last we left off was the best rivalries, but we were kind of riding that up or finishing that up.
We're good.
Yeah, I think we're good to move on. So congrats to the Chargers and the Chiefs for winning best rivalry. I think a compelling storyline. Moving on. Again, we're almost there. Just bear with us. Luckiest user. This is going to go to the Ryan Pace of TFGO, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Ty wins it. And I want to say, Ty, I did not vote for you, but a majority of these guys did. Someone put Wiggy.
I did.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, so, well, there you go. Sorry, Ty. You won Luckiest User of the Year. Now, why did y'all put Ty as Luckiest User of the Year?
Be honest, I didn't know who to vote for, so I just put
copy
Ty.
Everyone else.
Yeah, because, I mean, he's in the NFC South. He's had the easy way since season 1, so I guess
that's a great way
sense.
to look at it.
He has a good roster. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that does again, and I always bring this up during our other podcast for the TFGO. I always think that luck comes into if you get a good division, you basically have a fucking just a walk into the playoffs, which is all we're all trying to fight for at the end of the day. So I think this is always Ty's division to lose, and even though we did say the Saints is a better user, I think that division is guaranteed. Like he should win it every year, basically, unless the Saints can make some noise. So, Wiggy, any comments?
I just picked myself because I'm blessed enough to have KJ Costello, and that's about it.
Oh my gosh, you suck! I set you up for that one. That's my fault.
Yeah, I almost put myself in that one.
What is up with y'all? Stop putting this humble shit. I'm so sick of it.
It's more because I got a superstar quarterback at pick 30, Henry Ruggs at pick 32, and stuff like that.
That Ruggs pick, I will say this, that's one of the biggest regrets I have is that I should have taken Ruggs in that fucking draft.
Ask Squiggy about it.
I took T. Higgins over Henry Ruggs.
Oh my god.
I mean, T. Higgins was superstar, but just like he's like 87 speed.
I know, you just can't do anything with it. Wow, that's pretty crazy. Fuck, well, we should have put you as unluckiest user for not drafting fucking... I should have put you for worst GM for not taking Henry Ruggs.
Oh, relax.
No, you made the D-Hop move. That was big time. So, congrats to the Buccaneers for winning luckiest user. Most unluckiest user, no surprise to anybody, Goose. It just seems like every time Goose is in a game, something goes wrong.
Like the real-life Chargers finds ways to lose.
Yep.
Always missing field goals, like with less than a minute in a game.
He just finds different ways to lose every time, and I just want him just to close games. But I know he can do it. Just not.
I voted for Crazy Warrior, because I feel like every time I watch one of his streams, like he gets the most bullshit played, like every fucking time.
Like that one against Chris.
Oh
Yeah.
no, dude! Did you see the one? There was a fumble 6. I think the first game of the year against AAC or some crazy shit like
No,
that.
did you see the one against Chris the other day? It was the first time they played. Chris got like a crazy interception, and then his guy broke 4 tackles.
Oh, the Razor.
Yeah.
Dude, that motherfucker, when that fucking shit happened, dude, Crazy Warrior almost jumped through the fucking roof. He got up out of that chair so fast. Yeah, he does get those weird plays more than anyone I've ever seen, so that's a good point. Anything else? Sorry, I was taking a sip of my tea.
Nah, let's move on.
Good.
We're not sponsored by Yogi Tea, but Yogi Tea is fucking delicious. So anyone get on that train. Build your immunity system.
I'm drinking Vesca.
Breakout player. I think this goes without saying. Basically unanimous. The Jaguars. The Jaguars have come onto the scene and.
Are you doing Long Bomb?
I don't know why Long Bomb put the Raiders, but everyone's entitled to their vote.
Long Bomb also put Dolphins Bills for his best rivalry.
It's a great rivalry. A rivalry that's just set the league on fire.
Yeah, I guess.
But, breakout player. This goes to the Jags. I mean, he's coming to the AFC South. He's a new user. He came in and took control of it. So he's leading it right now, and he's just come in and just made this division super tough. I know I played him, and he is a very good user. So he's a very good user. So I think he's going to add to a very compelling division and a very compelling AFC. So congrats to the Jaguars on the breakout player. Any thoughts on him, boys? Or
agreed.
Cheesy at all.
Yeah. Cover 3 match. Good defense.
Yes, no, he did also come in and was a trendsetter for new rules, so that's good. Always good to kind of see some new stuff, but it is what it is.
Good defense.
Who doesn't like cover 3 besides half of this league?
Yeah, I didn't say that as a negative. I just think it's a unique cover 3 match because a lot of people don't run it as a base defense.
Well said. Keeping it moving. Biggest choker. This somehow so I'll say this. Biggest choker. I thought this was going to go to the Cowboys, but this goes to Goose as well. I had Goose and the Cowboys as my votes, but Goose, again, just finding ways to lose. I don't want to beat up on the kid. I know he's just fucking sitting there like, what did I do to y'all? Why is everyone fucking just picking on me? But, I don't know, Goose.
Yeah, let's not beat a dead horse here. I don't want to.
Yeah, I agree. Sorry.
Love you, Goose.
Most clutch goes to Nick. I'm going to start just skipping Nick awards. Nick, you're most clutch. You keep fucking winning. Fuck you.
There's nothing to say about it. Like, how can you be clutch playing Madden? Like, I don't know.
Oh, you can.
About that one.
No, you can.
Who do you trust the score?
Yeah. If your life's on the line and you need to drive 80 yards with the fucking last drive of the game with 5 minutes left, I'm putting it in your hands, Nicky.
It's also because he's the best, so it may appear he is the most clutch just because of the success rate, but, still.
No, well, I'll say this. A lot of people, I'll say this about Nick. So I don't want to talk about this too much. I don't want to fucking stroke Nick's ego anymore, but fucking, I'll say this about Nick.
Go ahead.
A lot of people, someone said it before in basketball. It's not the most clutch guy that hits the last second shots. It's the guy that when you're down 4 and you need that bucket on that next possession, he's going to hit it. And I think that's what Nick does better than everyone. So I think when you need that drive, like let's say you're down 10-0 and you got the ball back at kickoff and you need that drive coming in, I think that's when Nick's your guy. He's going to put up something. So,
like you said, I'm Kobe Bryant, and I agree. So, yeah.
I did not say you were Kobe Bryant. I put you more to Ray Allen.
That's what I heard.
Take that as you will. So, congrats to Ray Allen on winning that. Best division. This goes to the AFC South. This is a fucking no-brainer. Me being in it, it sucks. Thoughts?
Agreed.
It was an easy one.
And I always go back to fucking when I played Wiggy for the Colts when fucking Madden 20 first came out, and I wish to freaking God I lost that game. But here we are. But here we are. Anyways.
Thanks for being better than me.
Oh, I mean, that was before we even knew what Madden 20 was. That was fucking that was like when it first came out. Do you remember that? That was crazy.
They had Andrew Luck.
Yeah, oh my God, don't fucking remind me that. Actually, I might take the Colts fucking, I actually like the Colts without Andrew Luck. You have so much cap to spend when he's gone. It's crazy. Worst division. This goes to the NFC South. Taking this division again. We don't want to beat a dead horse.
I voted for the North. Yeah, AFC North. It's Jam and who else?
Yeah, the AFC North. Well, who is in the AFC North? It's the Ravens.
Harvester.
Harv beat SG.
Actually, yeah,
so
that division is fucking shitty.
Okay. I didn't know Harv was that good.
He beat SG yesterday, so I don't think putting the AFC North up there.
Oh, well, never mind. I apologize. I misspoke. Harvester is apparently the GOAT. Sorry. So, yeah, that division's still good. I always look at it like, because most divisions are, you got to look at the top 2 users of the division and then be like, okay, well, and then if you come to a third team, then it's no question. But the top 2 users of the league, I put the NFC South and I put the NFC West as well.
Yeah, why? Why West?
What?
The West, because Grimy and AIAC are.
I think I just think AIAC beats up on those motherfuckers. I think Grimey's a good user. Don't get me wrong. He's top 15 in our rankings, but like he's not a top 10 user. And then the Cardinals are a fucking train wreck just because that roster's in shambles. And then Furry, I think he can beat anybody, but right now he's never had like I don't think, when's the last time he's made the playoffs?
And then 19? Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, that's kind of why I put them as like a NFC South and West. So I look at the top 2 users and then I just think AIAC beats up on them.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Most likely to get kicked. This is a no-brainer. Everyone put the Lions.
Except for me.
Yeah.
Why did you put the Saints?
Because he has
Never
trouble
around.
scheduling.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, we look at it like that. I think it's going to be the Lions because I think Moose is going to lead a fucking revolt.
If it's most likely to say something to get kicked out, then it's Moose.
He's just 5 2.0.
I have nothing bad to say about Moose. Moose gave me Darius Slay. I thought it was a great trade, and I appreciate you in this league, so thank you. I think you're a good guy.
Thank you for that.
Most likely to quit is the last award. This goes to the Vikings. John, we've been hearing rumors that you may leave after this season. It's your choice totally. We wish you wouldn't, but we wish you good luck in everything that you do.
Yep.
So that concludes the award portion of the Usies. We want to thank everyone for being with us. Any final comments or thoughts, and maybe anything y'all want to say just in general? Or
Nah, I got to play my game.
Oh, that's right. You got to play your game so we can fucking advance finally.
Yeah.
Vote for you, Razor Arg, for best host. The greatest host of all time.
The greatest what?
Host.
Oh, well, Nick, you're too kind. I appreciate it. You know, I do this for y'all. This is we love TFGO and we're happy to be a part of it, even in a small way. So thank y'all for joining us. That's going to be us signing out, and good luck to all the users for the remainder of the season. And yeah, see y'all.
Peace.